Godzilla and Kong finally hashed out their differences with a lot of punching, roaring, biting, and atomic breathing, and it was just a blast. But amidst all the chaos, there might have been some things you missed. Today's video is all about the ending of Godzilla vs. Kong and where it leaves the two alpha titans in the still growing Monsterverse. Let's get started. Obviously, I gotta warn about spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, what are you doing? What could possibly be more important than watching a lizard, an ape with an axe, and a giant robot smash each other into pieces? But I'm pretty sure you've all seen it by now, so I think it's okay. So what led up to that epic finale? Well, there's two big factors, Hollow Earth and Apex Cybernetics. Let's start with Hollow Earth. That concept has been a theory specifically in the Monsterverse since the beginning and basically states that underneath the Earth's surface there's a whole other world, and that's where most of the Titans come from. It also explains how Godzilla can move around without being found so easily. A lot of people really believed and wanted to find this Hollow Earth, especially Dr. Nathan Lind, whose brother died on a trip to it and who wrote a book about Hollow Earth that was supposedly laughed at. Seriously, there's Titans fighting each other almost daily and people were like, yeah, that Hollow Earth theory is just too crazy to believe. But Nathan finally got his chance. He was hired by Apex Cybernetics to embark on an expedition to the Hollow Earth with a special ship and their tour guide, Kong. Of course, things don't go necessarily as planned. Yes, Kong is able to lead them there and break through the special barrier to the Lost World. Oh, what's that? Sorry, I can't call it the Lost World due to copyright. Thanks, Jurassic Park. And while they're down there in the Hollow Earth, we get a pretty clear idea of the Titans' history. Long ago, the giant apes seemed to rule over the Hollow Earth, so much so that ancient civilizations built them these massive temples. But then a war broke out between the apes and the lizards, and the apes had these special axes that seemed to be made from parts of the lizards and could absorb their atomic energy. Pretty neat. But the whole point of going to the Hollow Earth wasn't just to give Kong an axe to fight with. Apex Cybernetics actually wanted to harness some of the raw energy that was down there to help power their own creation, MechaGodzilla. That's right, Apex was tired of a life where they were inferior to the massive titans, so they decided to build one of their own, using Ghidorah's head somehow to reclaim the top spot in the food chain. So with all the pieces set, it was time for the climax. A really strange thing happened in order to get all the monsters together. Godzilla stormed Hong Kong looking for MechaGodzilla, and when he arrived, he used his atomic breath to drill a hole directly into the center of the Hollow Earth where Kong was, allowing him to hop out. What? How deep was that hole? Anyways, obviously MechaGodzilla experienced some malfunctions. The goal with it was to have Ren Serizawa, who was the son of Ken Watanabe's Ishiro Serizawa, basically pilot MechaGodzilla by using the psychic energy from King Ghidorah's skull. Sure, but poor Ren had a less heroic death than his father. The whole experience fried Ren's brain and basically caused MechaGodzilla to break free and operate on his own. Uh-oh. This eventually caused Godzilla and Kong to team up with each other. Yes, it was a little touch and go there for Kong, but Nathan was able to use his ship as a defibrillator to give Kong a jump start.
Oh, he should be okay. Alright, clear.
Okay. And help finish off MechaGodzilla using his new shiny axe. In the end, Godzilla and Kong shared a meaningful look and parted as maybe friends? Probably not. But don't worry, they don't have to share this planet forever. Godzilla stayed on the surface while Kong got to go live in the Hollow Earth. Everyone wins. You know, except all the people who died in that massive battle. So what comes next for these two titans? Well, I hate to burst your Titan-loving bubble, but maybe nothing. The studio behind the franchise has been a little cagey with if they plan to continue this Monsterverse, as it's not exactly the box office force they probably need it to be. There's also no post-credit scene to tease what's next, and maybe they think this is a relatively good stopping point for the franchise. I mean, it does have a sense of finality to it. Godzilla will continue to roam about the top of the world while Kong gets to live in the Hollow Earth and presumably earn his King Kong status as time goes on. Both of them get to stay out of each other's way. But you never know, maybe if everyone stops tweeting to restore the Snyderverse and instead tries to keep the Monsterverse going, then the studio's gonna listen. Do you want to see more Kong and Godzilla movies? I mean, there's still so much story to tell. Where's the giant turtle Gamera? I want to see him in live action. But seriously, maybe the Monsterverse just needs to rethink its approach. Instead of a straightforward sequel, what about a prequel? I mean, wouldn't you want to see an army of Kongs take on monsters and oversee the creation of that huge temple, but then show how they lost their titles and their throne? I think that would be interesting and not only giving us a glimpse at ancient life in the Hollow Earth, but also give us a better understanding of both Kong and Godzilla. And hey, it's not like cutting out any of these human characters we've seen so far will really matter, right? Anyways, Godzilla vs. Kong delivered the goods when it came to an epic monster fight, and I hope there's still a chance to keep it going. Anyone else think Kong would join forces with Godzilla by sitting on his shoulders and putting on a gigantic trench coat to become Godzilla? No? Just me? Okay, fine. But admit it, it would have been awesome.